Greetings and welcome to a new Armored Core series on the channel, Armored Core Requiem. In this series I will be taking player-submitted builds and optimizing them to the best of my abilities, preferably creating an objectively better build. This is all to further my goal of one day becoming one of the best known builders in Armored Core 6. I already have some experience creating my own PvP builds, and now let's see what I can do with others. Alrighty, the build we are going to be upgrading in this video comes from a Discord user, a pal of mine. We're both in an Armored Core Discord. If you're interested in joining it, I'll have it linked in the description below. And as you can see, the AC provided, Carrion, seems to be a lightweight, definitely. Well, I suppose medium weight is more accurate, with these goddamn triple lasers on the shoulders. That is weighing down by a bit, as well as the lighter SMGs to break poise, and then I imagine follow up with the charge shots of both shoulders to absolutely just melt the opponent's health. Probably one-shotting them on most builds anyway, unless they're a tank. Alright, so when I'm upgrading a build, I definitely don't want to redesign it too much where it just doesn't resemble. The whole goal is to give it a Requiem form, an upgrade, rather than a complete remake. So I kind of want to keep similar weapons. If I can find weapons that are just objectively better versions of the same, then that's what I'll do. Pieces and all that cool stuff. Let's get in an AC test and see how the build kind of performs. Alright, so I really like to play this build. It is to charge up the laser cannons, use our fast momentum and decent speed, as well as dodges to keep around and not get hit too much. Use our burst handguns to break poise, and then just absolutely decimate them with the lasers. It's pretty astonishing that we are able to have dual triple laser cannons on our shoulders while maintaining this speed. It's really cool. As well as the SMGs are a good touch to break poise. Thing is, they're just not a great range, but that's kind of their points, to be up and close, break poise quick with dual, and then just absolutely blast them. It's really cool. Let's see how we can upgrade it. Alright, so the first thing that stood out to me when I saw this build and maybe how I could upgrade the weaponry, honestly, I like the shoulder cannons. I don't think I will change these, as these kind of seem like the main aesthetic of the build. Having these on a lightish weight, they're super powerful. The punish is insane, so let's try to keep that momentum there, that same combo. Let's just try to get some better weaponry on the primaries. And while I was creating my brute build, I came across the same type of dilemma where these SMGs, or burst handguns, are really good, especially at breaking poise. Their impact is great for being so small and honestly very light, but their range leaves much to be desired, and their overall ammo count just isn't that great. And that is why we're going to be using the burst machine gun Istogen. Now, just from the stats alone, we can pretty much tell that this gun is better in every single way other than impact and a cumulative impact, but only by a little bit. And in my testings against moving targets, there's really no difference. Like I said, I did a lot of testing with these guns when I was making my brute build. Ultimately, I didn't use them in my brute build because it changed a lot with the course, but these were considered for a while. I was doing between that, this, and the MG, but these are just kind of better. Now, clearly, as you can see, running two of these is quite troublesome. We run into two blockades, our energy shortfall and our overburden status. So let's get to the actual parts of the build itself to try to counteract this. And the thing I noticed about this build when I first started playing around with it is that you really can't move a single part. Every single part is chosen specifically to make the whole thing work. So its parameters are very tight. So what do we do about that? We reinvented the parameters. Alrighty, now that it was quite the makeover, but through lots of trial and error, I found this to be the best combination of parts that allows us to have much better tracking with our new arms, the notch arms. Which, max firearm specialization, pretty heat, especially when we're using SMGs that fire fast, which means our tracking won't be that great, because if they dodge, our tracking needs to reassess, so while we're shooting, it may not be on target for a millisecond or so. Obviously, I'm oversaturating, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I find this to be the best combination of parts so far. We'll get into the inner parts, and obviously everything will be tweaked a bit further. The only drawback so far is our boost speed goes down by a little bit. Small price to pay for salvation. Our defenses, health, and everything like that are much higher, but hey, we could gain some more speed through the inner parts. Alright, first off, for boosters, we have the Mule. Now, this is the only good booster that the build could have on before. With our new heavy frame, we can actually upgrade this. And so I found through my testing that the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 booster, the BC0600, is the objectively better booster. It's better in stats, and it still allows us to have our quick boost feature of being able to just jump, 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 keeping the enemies locked, not on us. Alright, for the FCS, this can kind of be customized based on your own comfortability with range and which range you like to be in, although considering we have weapons that are great on our shoulders for medium to long range, still can be used at close range, it doesn't really matter, and burst machine guns that are most effective in close range, barely medium range, as ricochet will start to take effect and therefore damage fall off. I say we drop the long range and just go full, medium, and close range assist. Now when it comes to the generator, before the current upgrades we have now, this was the only generator we could run, the NGI, the best coral generator in the game. And ultimately it's gonna stay that way, as this is the generator that gives us the best stats, doesn't tank our speed by too much, and it's a very good generator. It honestly works for the build. And of course, lastly for the expansion, pulse armor, or anything else you want, mate. Obviously this is the most customizable part of the build, no matter what the build looks like. Although yes, definitely with the coral gen, the pulse armor will be very good. And so behold, Carrion Requiem. One of the last tests I like to do with my builds before sending them off to PvP to really know if the feel is good and they're really strong is to send them against the first top S rank boy, our good old boy Freud, just to see how fast we can kill him. First we'll use the Unrequiem variant to see how quickly I can do it, and I will be trying my best. I truly want the build to be actually better versus me just making it look like it is by playing worse intentionally. That is not what I'm about. So I'm going to try my best to kill him as fast as I can. We'll see what time we have both in both builds at the end. And as well as at the end, I will show off these stats compared side by side to see if these stats reflect the performance we're about to see. Alrighty, let's get it. See how fast we can kill our boy. Good old Freudy boy. So these off raw. Oh, look at that damage I pulse armor up. These cool down a bit. There'd be the poise just before. Ah, damn. And boom, dead. Nice. Alright, let's see what time we got. And 22 seconds, not bad. Alrighty, and now let's give her a go with Requiem. Alright, let's see how fast we can get her done. Pulse armor up. Not bad. Let's see what the time is. I'm guessing a very similar time, honestly. These shoulders are just nuts, man. SMGs make a little bit of a difference, though, let's be honest. 21 seconds, that's kind of funny. Alright, here are these stats side by side. Requiem is on the left, and the previous is on the right. But yeah, that is the build. I hope this upgrade lives up to your expectations, mates. Let us know if you liked it in a comment for sure. Give us some nice feedback. Let me know if you thought some things should have been different, or you just overall think this is great. Credit where credit is due. This build is very cool, and very, very good build if you're thinking of it. It's very cool. I like the play style of breaking the poise. I'll see, actually, with these big legs, you can probably kick people, they can break their poise even quicker, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, breaking their poise and then annihilating them with the lasers. I tried a smaller build. I did quad instead of bipedal with the dual triple lasers, but I haven't really toyed with that too much. But it was very cool to check out this one. This one's very cool, very interesting, and you made it work. You made every piece put together very perfectly. It was very hard to make this build upgraded. It was already really good when it started, but just redefine the parameters, and this is what we came up with. I hope you're happy with it. If you, as a viewer, would like to share your builds in the comments, you can either send me the code if you're on Xbox, or just the info in the comments themselves if you would like me to take a look at the build and see if I can upgrade it, test my might. Yeah, feel free to definitely do that and I will get to it. But all said, you have yourself a very good one. Peace.